The top 10 fascinating fictional languages. Number 10. Alienese. Alienese is a set of fictional languages that often appear, usually as graffiti, in the background of show Futurama. The first transliterate directly into English, but the second is much more complex. The alphabet is described as one in which next letter is given by the summation of all previous letters plus the current letter. Fans have spent their time translating these messages and revealing additional and hidden humor on the show. Number 9, partial tongue. In the Harry Potter books, partial tongue is the language of snakes and can be understood by human partial mouths, which are very rare. It can be spoken by Saljar Slytherin and his descendants. Number 8, Alco. Alco is a fictional language often associated with the writing of forbidden or occult texts. It was first invented by Arthur Machen in his 1899 short story, The White People, in which two men discussing the nature of evil consult a diary of a young girl written with Alco words. Number 7, Mangani. Mangani is the language of the apes from Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan novels, and also the word by which the apes refer to themselves. It is described as being composed of guttural sounds that represent nouns and basic concepts. Number 6, Newspeak. Yes, the language that is the bane of high school seniors everywhere, invented by George Orwell for his dystopian novel 1984. Newspeak was designed by fictional totalitarian regime the party to enforce its rule on people. Number 5, NADSAT. NADSAT, invented by author Anthony Burgess. NADSAT is the idiomatic language spoken by the teenagers in A Clockwork Orange. The word itself comes from a transliteration of the Russian word for teen. Number 4, Simlish. Simlish is the spoken language of the Sims, first heard in Simcopter but most prominently featured in the Sims, Sim 2 and Sims 3. In order to avoid the cost of recording repetitive dialogues and translating it, the project director had the voice actors improvise a gibberish language. Number 3, Esperanto. The only actual language of this list, Esperanto is noteworthy for being one of the most successful constructed languages in history. Esperanto was first detailed by L.L. Zamenhof in his book Una Libro in 1887, published under the pseudonym Docrono Esperanto. Number 2, Klingon is Kalpa, the language of Star Trek's Klingons, is today a nearly fully developed language. It was first heard in Star Trek, the motion picture in 1979, and its sound was devised by actor James Doohan Scotty. Paramount Pictures subsequently hired linguistic Mark Okran to fully flesh out the language. Last, the number 1, languages of Ada. The above term is used to describe the many fictional languages invented by J.R.R. Tolkien or for the Lord of the Rings and other works taking place in Middle Earth. This was done out of a desire to give real linguistic depth to names and places that Tolkien felt was lacking in fantasy and science fiction. The two most mature of these languages are Quenya, that means High Elvish, and Sindarin. So, these are the top 10 fascinating fictional languages.